alternative or non-conventional source of energy. With the technological progress, our demand for the energy increases day by day. Okay. As we are knowing that there is a latest apparatus which we are using. Okay. In that we can see that lot of energy is needed. Okay. We need lot of energy sources. Our lifestyle are also changing. Okay. Which we are saying that there is a latest change in our lifestyle. We use a machine to do more and more of our tasks. Our basic requirements are also increasing as our industrialization improve our living standard. As we are changing and modernizing our living standard, we need lot of energy, okay, for our instrument as well as many other purposes. So there is a lot of need of our energy. As our demand for energy increases, we need to look for more and more source of energy. We could develop the technology to use the available or known source of energy for efficiently and also look to new source of energy. Okay, so for that we need a technology through which we will satisfy our source of energy. Okay, for that we have to use a different technology and which we are using also in this time. Okay, so we have to improve our technology, okay, through which we can change our lifestyle as well as a sufficient of our sources. Any new source of energy we seek to exploit will need a specific device developed with the source in mind. Okay, specific device will use for that also for creating a sources of energy. We shall now look at some of the latest sources of energy that we seek to tap and the technology designed to capture and store energy from that sources. Okay, now we will study some latest source of energy through which we will satisfy our need of energy. Solar energy. Okay, now first is solar energy. Solar energy means what? Okay, the sun has been radiated an enormous amount of energy at the present. At the present, sun is radiating what? Okay, enormous amount of energy. They are radiating enormous amount of energy, and which is we are seeing also. Okay, now sun energy is very important for our living beings at the rate of nearly 5 billion years. Okay, how okay, for after 5 billion years it is seeing and will continue radiating at a rate for about 5 billion years more. Okay, it is giving us energy, amount of energy from what? Okay, 5 billion years, and it will also give, okay, next 5 billion years also. Okay, so only a small part of solar energy reaches the outer layer of the earth atmosphere. In the earth atmosphere, what? Okay, only small part of solar energy is reaches. Okay, and which is outer layer. Nearly half of it is absorbed while passing through the atmosphere. By passing through the atmosphere, what we are saying that half of them are absorbed and the rest reaches to the earth's surface. Okay, now these are the sources of energy in which you are saying that half of the solar energy is absorbed by whom? Okay, absorbed by atmosphere and rest of them are reached by earth's surface. Okay, so we have to use that energy which are reaching to the earth's surface, okay, as a source of energy. Okay, now in this solar energy we will use that energy which are radiating, okay, from the sun and which are reaching to the earth's surface. A black surface absorb more heat as compared to a white or reflecting surface. black surface which will absorb what? Okay, more heat energy as compared to white and reflecting surface. As compared to white and reflecting surface, we can see that black surface will absorb lot of energy or lot of heat. Okay, so we will use that only under identical conditions solar cooker. Okay, and solar water heater use this property in their working. Okay, so this type of property is used. Okay, once again I am repeating. Okay, a black surface, okay, black surface will absorb what? Okay, more amount of heat as compared to a white or reflecting surface. Okay, if we compare a white and reflecting surface, okay, white and reflecting surface will not absorb lot of energy as compared to a black surface. Okay, so this property, okay, we will use in the solar cooker for preparing solar cooker as well as solar water heater. Okay, now, some solar cookers achieves a higher temperature. Some solar cooker will achieve what? Okay, higher temperature by using a mirror to focus the ray of sun. What? Okay, solar cooker achieve higher temperature by using mirror to focus the ray of sun. Now, same way, second, solar cooker are covered with the glass plate. Solar cooker, okay, we have already seen a solar cooker. Okay, or if you have not seen, okay, in that how it work, okay, we are discussing that only. Once again, what is it? Some solar cooker achieve high temperature, okay, by using a mirror. By using a mirror, what? Okay, higher temperature get rise. Why? Okay, focus of the ray of a sun. Because of the focus of the ray of a sun, and we are using a mirror. Okay, so what? Okay, temperature inside that solar cooker will increase. Okay, so this phenomena is also working. Now the next is what? Okay, solar cooker are covered with the glass plate. Okay, it is covered with okay, glass plate, and due to which, okay, temperature will increase in solar cooker, and it will be work as a source of energy. Recall what we have learned about the greenhouse effect. Does this explain why a glass plate is used? Okay, as you are saying, okay, glass sheet is there, glass sheet is there, mirror is there, sun ray being reflecting. Okay, so this way whole phenomena is working. It is easy to see that these devices are useful. It is easy to see that these devices are useful only at a certain time during the day. Okay, but we knowing that sun is not present at a night time, so this device is only useful for whom? Okay, during a daytime. Okay, this device is only used during the daytime. This limitation of using solar energy is overcome by using a solar cell that converts the solar energy into electricity. Okay, once again I am repeating what? Okay, this limitation, which limitation? Okay, solar energy which we are using during a daytime only, that is one of the limitation. Okay, it cannot be used during a night time. Okay, so this can be overcome by whom? Okay, by using a solar cell, by using a solar cell. Okay, that will convert what? Okay, that will convert solar energy into electricity. Okay, solar cell will convert what? Okay, solar energy into electricity. Okay, so this can be overcome. A typical cell develop a voltage 0.5 to 1 volt. How much? Okay, typical cell which will develop voltage. How much voltage? 0.5 to 1 voltage, and can produce about 0.7 watt of electricity. How much? 0.7 watt of electricity when exposed to the sun. Whenever it is exposed to the sun, at that time it will produce how much? Okay, about 0.7 watt electricity, and its voltage is how much? 0.5 to 1 watt. Okay, it will produce 0.521 watt and 0.7 watt electricity. Okay, how much voltage? 0.521 and how many? Okay, 0.7 watt of electricity. A large number of solar cells are combined in an arrangement called solar cell panel. Okay, what? Okay, large number of cells are connected and that connection are said to be what? Okay, solar cell panel. That can be delivered enough electricity for the practical use. For the practical use we can use easily. Okay, once again I am repeating. Okay, solar cell which we are discussing just now. Okay, it will produce how much? Okay, 0.5 to 1 watt voltage and 0.7 watt electricity. Okay, and the next is that it, if the this typical cell which we said as a solar cell are connected with each other, interconnected with each other, and if it is forming a huge connection, then that connection are said to be what? The solar cell panel, which we said as a solar cell panel. Okay, the principal advantages associated with the solar cell are that they have no moving part, require little maintenance, and work quite satisfactorily without the use of any focusing device. Okay, this is the advantages, that they will not need any moving part. Okay, they do not have a maintenance as much as other have. Okay, their work are quite satisfactory. Okay, there is no chance of accident. Okay, there is no chance of accident, it is safe and it is also satisfactory. Okay, without the use of any focusing device. Another advantage is that they can be set up in remote and inaccessible hamlets or very sparsely inhabited area in which laying of a power transmission line may be expensive and not commercial viable. Okay, commercially viable. Okay, so this is very advantageous and useful on remote area as well as those area, okay, in which we are saying there is no transmission of electricity is possible or power transmission cannot be easily transmitted to that area. In such area it is very useful. Okay, in such area where electricity or power cannot be transmitted easily, those area are very useful. In those area it is very useful. Silicon, which is used for making solar cell. Now silicon which we are using for preparing home, okay, for preparing solar cell is abundant in nature, but available or species grade silicon for making solar cell is limited. Okay, so for preparing solar apparatus, okay, we need what? Okay, silicon, and which is very what? Okay, for preparing solar cell, silicon is very necessary. Okay, but silicon is very what? Okay, abundant, is abundant in nature, but available for the special grade silicon, okay, for making solar cell is limited. Now the entire process of manufacturing is still very expensive. For preparing them it is very expensive. Silver used for the interconnection of a cell in the panel. Okay, what? Okay, silver is used for interconnecting solar cell to prepare a panel. Further add to the cost in spite of a high cost and low efficiency. Okay, the cost is very high and efficiency is very low. Okay, so solar cells are used for many scientific and technological application. For scientific and technological application it is also very useful. Okay, artificial satellite, okay, and space proof like Mars orbiters use solar cell, artificial satellite and space probes like Mars, orbitals, okay, they use what? Okay, they use solar cell as the main source of energy. As a main source of energy, okay, artificial satellite as well as space probe are using what? Okay, solar cell. Okay, because it is the main source of energy for them. Radio or wireless transmission system or TV relay station in remote location use solar cell panel. Okay, which okay, radio wireless transmission system or TV relay station in a remote location. Okay, use what? Okay, solar cell panel. They are using solar cell panel, okay, through which it can be easily, comfortably done. Traffic signal, calculator, and many toys are fitted with the solar cell. Okay, these are also traffic signal as well as calculator. Okay, in calculator also we can see that. Okay, little bit of slide type what? Okay, present glass type. Okay, in calculator. Okay, we are saying that little bit of slide. Okay, glass slide. Okay, are present in a calci, okay, or calculator, okay, which is one of the useful solar cell. And many toys are also fitted with the solar cell. The solar cell panel are mounted on specially designed inclined roof to top so that more energy is incident over it. More of the energy can be incident on it. Roof-like structure should be formed on the top. The domestic use of a solar cell is, however, limited due to the high cost. Due to the high cost, it is very limited. Okay, so solar cell is one of the important source of energy and which is very easily available because of the solar rays. Okay, sun rays. So this was the important source of energy, solar energy. Okay, now the next is energy from the sea. Okay, how we will get energy from the sea? Tidal energy. Due to the gravitational pull of mainly the moon on the spinning earth, level of water in the sea rises and falls. Okay, level of what? Okay, we are saying in a sea what? Okay, water is rises as well as falling. If you live near the sea or ever travel to some place near the sea, try and observe how the sea level changes during the day. During the day we can see that, okay, tides and ebbs are seen. Okay, sea level rises as well as it get fall, and okay, this way what we are seeing, and this phenomena is called high and low tides. Okay, which we said as a high and low tides. Okay, in a sea level we are seeing that sea level get rise as well as it get fall. Okay, which we said is a high and low tides. And the difference in the sea level give us a tidal energy, and the difference which will create between these, okay, and is useful for tidal energy. Now tidal energy is the harnessed by the constructing a dam across a narrow opening of a sea. Narrow opening of a sea, we can see that tidal energy is harnessed, okay, by constructing dam. Also, a turbine fixed at the opening of a dam. What we are fitting? We are fitting turbine, okay, at a opening of a dam and convert tidal energy to electricity. Due to which we can see that tidal energy, okay, during the opening of a dam, okay, we are placing a turbine. That turbine will what? Okay, it will move, and due to which tidal energy will convert into electricity or electrical energy. Okay, this way tidal energy is useful. As you can guess, the location where such dam can be built are limited. Okay, that is very limited. Now the next is wave energy. Okay, second is wave energy. Similarly, the kinetic energy possessed by the huge wave near the seashore can be trapped in the similar manner to generate electricity. The waves are generated by the strong wind blowing across the sea. Strong wind, which are blowing across the sea, wave energy will be Weber proposition only where the waves are very strong. Wherever the waves are strong, that can be used as a wave energy. A wide variety of a device has been developed to trap the wave energy for rotation of a turbine and production of a electricity. Okay, by pressing a turbine, okay, we can see that because of the force of the wave, turbine will rotate and it will form what? Okay, it will form electricity. Okay, so this way wave energy can be useful in our day-to-day life. Okay, now the next is ocean thermal energy. The what? Ocean thermal energy. The water at the surface of the sea or a ocean is heated by the sun. Water of the surface of the sea get what? Okay, get heated by the sun, while the water in the deeper section is relatively cold. What? Okay, as we can see on the surface of the sea level, okay, water get what? Okay, get heated because of the sun radiation or sun energy. Okay, for the radiation of a sunlight, what? Okay, surface of a sea get heated, but as you can see that deeper that sea, a temperature will be cold. Okay, so temperature will be cold and atmosphere will be cold. So this difference in the temperature is exploited to obtain energy. This temperature difference between that temperature is used for exploiting what? Okay, for exploiting to obtain a energy and in a ocean thermal energy conversion plant. In a ocean thermal energy conversion plant, this difference can be useful. Which two difference? Okay, temperature which are present at a surface of a sea level and the temperature which are present and the deeper of that sea level. Okay, that is totally different. Okay, and that difference of that temperature are useful for preparing what? Okay, ocean thermal energy, and this plant can operate if the temperature difference between the water at a surface and water at a depth up to 2 kilometer is what? Okay, 20 degrees Celsius or more. It should be how much? Okay, 20 degrees Celsius or more. Okay, then and only then it can be possible. Okay. The warm surface water is used to boil a volatile liquid like ammonia. Warm surface water, okay, which are used to boil what? Okay, volatile liquid like ammonia. Ammonia like liquid can be easily surface warmed by boiling a vase, and the vapor of the liquid are then used to run the turbine or generator. Okay, the vapor of a liquid are then used what? Okay, it is used for preparing that also. The vapor of the liquid. The vapor of the liquid The vapor of the liquid are then used to run the turbine of a generator. Okay, the vapor which will be formed, okay, of a liquid that will use for what? Okay, for running a turbine, and due to which a heat will be converted. Means that vapor will be converted some of the energy, and that energy will be converted into electrical energy or a source of energy. The cold water from the depth of the ocean is pumped up and condensed vapor again to liquid. What? Okay, from the depth of the ocean, okay, cold water get pumped up and that will condense a vapor again to the liquid. Okay, it will also what? Okay, condense a vapor into a liquid. Once again, it will convert into liquid. And the energy potential from the sea Tidal energy, wave energy, and the ocean thermal energy is quite large. Okay, they are quite large, but efficient commercially exploited is different. Now geothermal energy. Due to geological change, molten rock formed in the deeper hot region of a earth crust, okay, which we are knowing very well, are pushed upward and trapped in the certain region is called hotspot. Okay, which we say it as a hotspot. What? Okay, molten rock formed in the deeper hot region of a earth's crust is what? Okay, they get pushed upward. They get pushed upward, and that is trapped, okay, in a certain region. In a certain region we can see that this is possible, that what? Okay, molten rock get pressure, they get pushed upward, okay, pressurized upward direction, and that is said to be, that region are said to be hot spot. Okay, that region are said to be hot spots. when underground when underground water come in contact with the hotspot, when underground water which are there, they get contact in the hotspot, steam is generated. What? Okay, steam will generate. Once again I am repeating. Okay, hotspots are those region where we have seen that what, that molten rock are formed in the deeper hot region of a earth crust. That molten rock get pushed upward, or they get pressurized upward direction. Okay, molten rock get pressurized upward direction. That region where these molten rock are pressurized upward direction or pushed upward, that region are said to be a hot spot. Okay, so when underground water get contact with this hot spot, due to which a steam will generate. What? Okay, steam will generate, and sometimes hot water from that region find outlet at a surface, and such outlets are known as a hot spring, okay, which we say it as a hot spring. The stem trapped in the rock is rotated through a pipe. The stem trapped in the rock is rotated through the pipe to turbine. Okay, they get what? Okay, they get routed through pipe to the turbine and used as a generate electricity. In this way, okay, the steam trapped in the rock, the steam which is trapped in the rock is routed through the pipe to a turbine. Through a pipe it get passed to where? Okay, to a turbine, and due to which it will generate electricity, and the electricity will be generated. The cost of production will not be much, but there are few commercially viable sites where such energy can be exploited. Okay, few commercial viable sites are there. Okay, such energy can be exploited. They get exploited, and there are number of power plant. There are number of power plant based on geothermal energy, operational in New Zealand, United States of America. All these places this is present. Now nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. How is nuclear energy is generated? In a process called nuclear fission. Okay? By a nuclear fission, this energy will be formed. In a process called nuclear fission, the nucleus of a heavy atom such as uranium, plutonium, and thorium, when bombarded with the low energy neutron, okay, with the low energy neutron, it get bombarded. Which, okay, heavy atom get bombarded with a low energy neutron, can be split apart into a lighter nucleus. Due to which what? Okay, they get divided into lighter nucleus. Okay, a huge or a heavy atom get divided into what? Okay, lighter nuclei atom. And when this is done, a tremendous amount of energy is released during this process. What? Okay, tremendous amount of energy get released. And if the mass of the original nuclei is just a return more than sum of the mass of the individual product. Okay, if the mass of original nuclear means what? Okay, they are talking about reactor. Okay, when these phenomena are carried out, a heavy atom, if the heavy atom have a high mass as compared to the addition of a product, then what? Okay, lot of energy will be released. And this fission of an atom of a uranium, for example, produce 10 million times the energy produced by the combustion of an atom of a carbon from coal. Okay, if we are combusting coal, at that time we are getting energy, we know it. But if this process is carried out, fission of atom of uranium, during this fission of atom of uranium, 10 million times more, how many? Okay, 10 million times more amount of energy is produced as compared to a combustion of coal. Okay, if we are combusting coal, then 10 million times more amount of energy will be formed during the fission of atom of uranium. Okay, so it is very important. In a nuclear reactor designed for the electric power generator, such nuclear fuel can be part a self-sustaining fission chain reaction that release energy at a controlled rate. What? Okay, they will release energy at a controlled rate, and released energy can be used to produce steam. Okay, the energy which are released, they will use for preparing what? Okay, they for producing steam and further generate electricity. Okay, further on it will generate what? Okay, it will generate electricity. The major hazard of a nuclear power generation is storage and disposal of a spent or used fuel. Major hazard is what? Okay, nuclear power generator is storage. How it gets stored? That is also one of the important question. And the disposal of a spent or a used fuel, uranium still decay into the harmful atom particle. Improper nuclear waste storage and disposal result is environmental contamination. Okay, this is one of the important and major question to our environment for the disposal of a nuclear waste. Further, there is a risk of accidental leakage of a nuclear radiation. Okay, there is also a risk for preparing this project. Okay, accidental leakage is also possible. The high cost of installation of a nuclear power plant, high risk of the environmental contamination. Okay, if we are having a high cost of installation of a nuclear power plant, then what? Okay, there is a huge amount of risk to our environment because it is very harmful. And limited available of a uranium make a large scale use of nuclear energy prohibition. And uranium which is very limited, okay, it cannot be available easily. Okay, so it get prohibited. Nuclear energy, nuclear energy was first used for the destructive purpose. For destructive purpose it was used before nuclear power station were designed. Before we have used as a nuclear power station, in a, over designing a nuclear power station, we have used for destructive purpose. Okay, so the fundamental physics of a fission chain reaction in a nuclear weapon is similar to the physics of a controlled nuclear reactor, but the two type of device are engineered quite differently. Now, environmental consequences. We have studied various sources of energy in the previous section. Exploiting any source of energy disturb the environment in some way or the other. Okay, we are knowing that some of the energy are disturbing environment. most probably all the energy which are produced, okay, they are disturbing whom? Okay, they are disturbing environment. In any given situation, the source we will choose depend on factor. It is totally depends on whom? Okay, it is totally depends on a factor, such as case of extracting environment energy from the source, the economic of extracting energy from the sources, the efficiency of the technology available, and environmental damage, okay, which we are seeing that will be caused by using that sources. Okay, environment, okay, there is a lot of problem to the environment during the production of energy. Though we talk a clean fuel like CNG, it will be more exact to say that a particular source is cleaner than the other. We have already seen that burning fossil fuel causes air pollution. If we burn a fossil fuel, what? Okay, it will cause air pollution. In some cases, the actual operation of a device like a solar cell may be pollution free, but the assembly of a device will have caused some environmental damage. Okay, here we have talked about solar cell. Okay, that is one of the pollution free source, but then also their device, okay, will cause what? Okay, environmental damage. Research continue in this area to produce longer lasting device that will cause less damage and give what? Okay, throughout the life. Okay, throughout the life they will give less damage. Okay, such type of project are in an invention is going on. How long will an energy source last? We saw earlier that we cannot depend on fossil fuel for much longer. Such sources that will get depleted someday are said to be exhaustible, which we said as exhaustible. Sources or non-renewable source of energy. Exhaustible source of energy or non-renewable source of energy. Okay, the sources which is depleted someday. Okay, it is only limited for the someday are said to be what? Okay, exhaustible source or non-renewable sources, which is not will be, it will not be permanent, but it is for limited time only. Okay, so such sources are said to be what? Okay, non-renewable or exhaustible sources, or sources which is only available for a few time only. Okay, after that they get completed. Okay, their amount get completed. Such sources are said to be non-renewable sources. On the other hand, if we manage a biomass by replacing the trees we cut down for firewood. Okay, for firewood we are using trees. We can ensure of a constant supply of energy at a particular rate. Such energy source that can be regenerated are called renewable source of energy. Sources. Okay, if we talk about the sources, okay, which can be what? Okay, regenerated or renewed. Okay, such sources are said to be what? Okay, renewable source of energy. Okay, which can easily created. Once again, it can be created easily. Okay, such sources are called renewable source of energy. That is what? Okay, if we work it, then it will regenerate. That source of energy are said to be renewable, and energy source that can be regenerated. Okay, which we say it as a renewable source of energy. Now, renewable energy is available in our natural environment. In our natural environment only renewable source of energy is possible in the form of some continuous or repetition current of energy or stored in such large underground reservoir that the rate of depletion of a reservoir because of extraction of usable energy is practically negligible. Okay, in nature or environment we are saying that there is a lot of sources, okay, which is renewable. Which is renewable means what? Okay, they can be reconstructed or regenerated if we have used. Okay, so in nature and environment only this type of sources is available, which we said is a renewable source of energy.
Tidal power is a form of hydropower that converts the energy from the natural rise and fall of the tides into electricity. Tides are caused by the combined effects of gravitational forces exerted by the moon, the sun, and the rotation of the earth. Tidal plants can only be installed along coastlines. Coastlines often experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides on a daily basis. The difference in water levels must be at least 5 meters high to produce electricity. Tidal electricity can be created from several technologies, the main ones being tidal barrages, tidal fences, and tidal turbines. Tidal barrages are the most efficient tidal energy sources. A tidal barrage is a dam that utilizes the potential energy generated by the change in height between high and low tides. This energy turns a turbine or compresses air, which in turn creates electricity. Tidal fences are turbines that operate like giant turnstiles, whereas tidal turbines are similar to wind turbines, only underwater. In both cases, electricity is generated when the mechanical energy of tidal currents turns turbines connected to a generator. The generator produces electricity. Ocean currents generate relatively more energy than air currents because ocean water is 832 times more dense than air and therefore applies greater force on the turbines. Tidal power is easy to install and renewable, having no direct greenhouse gas emissions and a low environmental impact. Because the ocean's tidal patterns are well understood, tidal energy is a very predictable energy source, making it highly attractive for electrical grid management. This sets it apart from other renewables that can be more unpredictable. However, adoption of tidal technologies has been slow, and so far the amount of power generated using tidal power plants is very small. This is due largely